Hello, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, I'm happy to have you. If you're not new, I'm still extremely happy to have you. Thank you for clicking on this video. So I'm excited about this video. Today I am going to be working on crocheting my Snoopy scarf, which I'm making a video about. So if you want, why would it be so loud? Well, it would be so loud because I live next to a hospital. So if you can hear that, I live within walking distance from a hospital. If you hear sirens, my bad. Anyway, I have 42 out of 100 and something, I think 121 white squares so far. So lots of work to do, but that's fine. As I work on these squares in this video, I'm gonna be going through my a little bit pitiful DVD collection. And when I say pitiful, I mean it's growing. And because like most of my like physical media is like at my childhood home because my mom bought it. And like some of the DVDs that I have, she bought them for me, so they're mine. But some of them she bought for the family, so they stay at the house. And then also a lot of my physical media is VHSs, but I don't have a VCR right now, and I'm getting one. I don't know when, but I'm getting one. So I'm not gonna go through my VHSs because again, they're at the house, and this is my apartment in New York City. So, yeah, I'm going through it like in alphabetical order because that's how I have it organized for now because it's smallish. But I'm gonna go in parts, it'll be fourths and fours, except for films, it'll be like in 4 sections, and then for my TV shows, that'll be its own video, kind of. We'll see. But this is just part 1. And to make it more exciting, I don't know if it's exciting at all, anyway, but I'm going to be also mentioning like a corresponding DVD for every DVD that I show. I'm going to say a corresponding one that I would like to buy but have yet to do so. So let's get started. Oh, by the way, this corset top you can get on my website. You can get it on my website. I'll link it below. And this dress is 7 years old from Urban Outfitters. You can probably find it on ThredUp or Depop or Vented. But I'm certain they don't have it on the website anymore. I got this on sale when I used to work at Urban Outfitters, fun fact. Anyway, you don't care. Let's get started. Stop it! Okay, let's go. First one I'm showing you. Addams Family, The Addams Family, 1991, Addams Family Values, 1993. If you follow me on Letterboxd, you know that this is in my top 4 because it is an elite film. It is film of all time, even. Well, I prefer the first one. Most people, I think, prefer the second one because of Joan Cusack's character, which is fair. I love Debbie. She's great. But there's something so good and delicious and special about the first one. Like, Gomez and Morticia in the first one. Yeah, I found this movie when I was in middle school, right? And I wanted to be Wednesday Addams so badly. I was one of those kids who, like, I never hated my name, but I was constantly being like, I want you to call me this. I want you to call me that. Mind you, I had a lot of nicknames based off of my name in the first place. But the only name that my mom would capitulate to was Wednesday. When I was like, I want to go by Wednesday, she was like, bet, because she watched the Addams Family TV show growing up, and then I eventually watched the TV show as well. Great show, by the way. Highly recommend. The Addams Family lives in my bones. It lives in my bones, and it's why I won't watch the TV show Wednesday. First of all, fuck you, Tim Burton. Will I be showing Tim Burton movies in this video? Yes, that's not the point. Fuck that man. And also, I just don't... The whole point of the Addams Family is They are a loving, warm family who likes each other as people despite being big ol' weirdos, right? And from what I've seen in the show, that doesn't seem to be the case, and I don't like that. I don't like that. Big ups to the cast, except for that one boy who's evil, apparently. But big ups to the cast, except for Catherine Zeta-Jones. Don't like her either. Sorry. However, I will not ever be watching Wednesday. I don't think it will give what I want it to give. And I'm not even anti-transforming a work of fiction and turning into something else. But like, why would you do it with the Addams Family when it has a very specific point when you can simply just make up a creepy family already? Do you know what I mean? Anyway, I can quote both of these movies from front to back. Front to back. I love these movies really bad. Oh my gosh, the Addams Family. Oh. Okay, corresponding DVD that I want but I haven't gotten yet, but it's in the wish list, is Arrival. You guys, is Arrival just a movie version of a Doctor Who episode? Yes! Yes, it is. And that's why I fucking love it. I love Doctor Who. As you well know, I love Doctor Who in a way that is like insane a little bit. To the point where I started watching Classic Who, and when I get money again and I can get my BritBox subscription going, I will be back on watching Classic Who. Anyway, I love Amy Adams. I love time travel stuff. Spoiler alert, whatever. Spoilers for the duh. I love motherhood. Well, depictions of motherhood. I love Arrival. Did I already say I love Amy Adams? If I didn't, I do. I love the aliens in Arrival. I think the idea of learning a language that opens your mind to a different sense of time. Oh my God. I love Arrival, and I will be getting it on DVD as soon as I have money again. Oh, I love Arrival. Okay, next movie. Bring It On, All or Nothing. Can you Bring It On, All or Nothing? This is the best Bring It On movie. Oh, no, the first one's the best Bring It On movie. This one's the most fun. I was obsessed with the Bring It On movies growing up because I was a cheerleader and I wanted to cheer competitively, but I never got the opportunity to do so because it's really expensive. And I was doing a bunch of sports also growing up, so anyway, I love Bring It On, All or Nothing. It's Hayden Panettiere, the actress that you are, Solange. Just, the cast, so delightful. Rihanna. I love Rihanna. I mean, well, I do love Rihanna, but mostly I love when she pops up in unexpected places, such as the Smurfs movie. Why is she spearheading the Smurfs? Anyway, I just think that whole enterprise is funny, and if you know me, you know that. Anyway, Bring It On, All or Nothing. Basically, it's a movie. The fact that I did not talk about the plot of The Addams Family and Addams Family Values, because everybody knows those movies, I feel like, right? I don't need to go over the plot of The Addams Family, right? I will if you comment and you want to know. I'll type out that comment if you want to. But the plot of Bring It On, All or Nothing is this, Hayden Panettiere's character is a cheerleader at her high school. It's like predominantly white. I think her dad or her mom, something happens. She has to move to a predominantly black area, and she's like, I will never cheer again, as loyalty to her team. But then she ends up joining the cheer squad at her new school, despite being antagonized. Not even despite. Yeah, no, kind of despite being antagonized. She kind of gets like, I don't want to say bullied into it, but they're like, you're probably not even good for real. And it's really funny. And they use the term, they call her white girl so often. Literally, this movie is so incredibly funny and like definitely problematic, but like, who cares? It's funny and I like it. The cheers were great. The dialogue is hilarious. The plot is contrived, but I don't care. I love Bring It On, All or Nothing. I just do. And the corresponding DVD that I would get would be the first movie. I have the first movie on VHS at home, and that's the only reason that I don't have it with me now, because I don't have a VCR. But when I get a VCR. But in the meantime, I do want the DVD, because the first one, unbeatable. I like quote that the opening cheer from the first one all the time. I'm sexy, I'm cute, I'm popular to boot, I'm bitchin', great hair, the boys all love to stare, I'm modern, I'm hot, I'm everything you're not, I'm pretty, I'm cool, I dominate this school, who am I? Just guess. Guys wanna touch my... Like, you guys don't understand. I fucking love Bring It On. I can also quote that whole movie front to back. I watched a lot of movies growing up. Obsessively. So anyway, next movie. Cheaper by the Dozen. Why is this DVD beat the fuck up? Because I got it when I was a kid. This movie holds a special place in my heart because I've always wanted a bunch of kids. I won't have a bunch. I think that I will max out at maybe 4, but I don't know about that. I think 3 is probably the max, but we'll see. I don't know what's gonna happen. I was obsessed with Hilary Duff growing up, like to the point where one day I slept through a new episode of Lizzie McGuire, and when I woke up, I yelled at my mother for not waking me up to watch it. She didn't really take me seriously though, because I was, I think, 7. But yeah, so I watched Cheaper by the Dozen because of Hilary Duff. But Miss Girl right here, oh, she's gorgeous. The mother, I think the actress's name is Bonnie Hunt. I'm pretty positive. Oh, she ate that. Oh, what a gorgeous lady. Also, Superman is in this. Not the new Superman. This, what's that show called? Smallville. That guy. Yeah, just a great fun little film about people who had too many kids. What my corresponding film that started with a C. I have a few films on that start with a C already. So it doesn't have to start with a C. I just like the symmetry of that, I think. I think another film that I would like on DVD is a film that nobody has heard of, I think, called America's Sweethearts. It's a rom-com from, I think, 2000 or 1999. I don't know. I don't remember. But we have it on VHS at my house. And I used to watch this movie a lot growing up. But every time I talk to people about it, especially even people who are like rom-com heads, they have never heard of this movie, which is insane to me because it has, again, Catherine Zeta-Jones, who I don't like, but she's good in it. Julia Roberts, John Cusack when he was in his rom-com male lead era, Billy Crystal, Stanley Tucci, Hank Azaria, randomly, what's his name? Larry whatever, the talk show man. He's also in it a little bit. There are a lot of quite notable people in that movie, and it's basically about John Cusack and Catherine Zeta-Jones are movie stars, and they had a very public relationship, marriage, ? I haven't watched it in a while. And then they broke up, and they're like kind of bitter to each other. But I think they have a movie coming out, and their PR people are like, you guys have to get it together and like pretend you're together again. And they're both like, I would rather die, actually. And Julia Roberts is Catherine Zeta-Jones' character, her like personal assistant or something. And her and John Cusack fall in love, and it's great. It's a great movie. It's really funny. There's definitely stuff in it where you're like, ooh, but it's sign of the times, whatever. Great movie. Highly recommend. The next film, I'm like barely crocheting in here, but sorry. Next film, you guys, a classic. Coneheads. That's a great movie. When I was growing up, I did not, I mean, I did and I didn't, but they're illegal aliens, right? Like literally, they're aliens from another planet, and they're not legal citizens of the US, obviously. Very timely film. Very timely film. And unfortunately, as long as borders exist, I think it always will be, but we're not going to get into that, are we? No. Dan Aykroyd, The Man That You Are. The Man That You Are. Jane Curtin. You guys, Coneheads was based off of a skit, I think, from SNL. This movie came out in the 80s, so forgive me for not being like I don't know I only found out that it was an SNL skit in like 2017 when I was going through my SNL phase. So, yeah. I love this movie. Obviously I have it on DVD. I used to watch it a lot growing up. It's, again, about a family of illegal, I don't want to keep calling them that. It feels disgusting, but they're aliens. They come to Earth. I don't remember what the hell for. And they basically carve out a life for themselves. They have a baby. She's very American, but she still has a cone head. And no one really bats an eye, but they are being chased by whatever the precursor to ICE was them. They're being hounded by these men for decades. And they eventually do get picked up by their people to go back home. And then the dad has to fight this like ferocious animal, and to beat it, it's literally like fucking gladiators. To like beat it, he starts singing Tainted Love by Soft Cell, which is where I learned that song in middle school. Phenomenal song, by the way. I love New Wave. Anyway, he beats the monster, obviously. Why would you have Dan Aykroyd be eaten by a monster in his own film? That'd be silly. But yeah, that is a great film. A great film. Oh, my days. I love that film. It's so fun. Corresponding film that I would like to have on DVD, The Red Shoes. The Red fucking Shoes. I watched that movie for the first time a couple of years ago. If you haven't seen it, it's from 1948, question mark. The Red Shoes is about this woman who is a very, very talented ballerina. She gains the attention of this either producer or composer. And he starts putting her in his shows, and she is very well loved because she's very good at her job. And then she meets a man, they fall in love, and she wants to be with him and also still be a ballerina, but the producer / composer guy is like, you can't have both. So she kills herself. However, it's sad as fuck, but it's a good movie. It's a good movie, and the dance, the dancing is so, watch it. The Red Shoes, I want that on DVD really bad. Okay, next one. No one's shocked. Yeah, bitch. Fuck Neil Gaiman. However, this is film of all time. I know I already said that about the Addams Family movies, but Coraline, oh my god. I love Coraline. Phenomenal film. I remember when it came out and people were like, this is not a kid's movie. Yes, it is. Is it creepy? Yes. I think the creepiest moment, I mean, there are a lot of creepy moments, to be fair, but when the other mother turns into, it's not even when she's the spider thing, when she turns from her like imitating Coraline's mother into that tall, spindly freak lady, that always upsets me a little bit. That's the thing that gets me. But basically, Coraline is kind of like Alice in Wonderland if it were scary. And if her parents were kind of slightly neglectful. And it's stop motion, Henry Selick, The Man That You Are. And I am working on her like sparkly navy blue sweater with the stars on it. I knitted that, but I just need to duplicate stitch the stars on it. So that will be in a video. I'm going to be making Coraline inspired items in a video, and that will be in there. But yeah, everybody know Coraline is also in my top 4 on Letterboxd. Arrival and the Red Shoes are like, they would also be in there, but I can't. It's really hard to choose. Anyway, the next movie that I want to have on DVD that I don't have for some fucking reason, no, I actually know the reason, is Scooby-Doo, the live action. We have it on VHS at home, and that's why I don't have it on DVD. But I would love to have it on DVD. I mean, I prefer Monsters Unleashed, but that's because Monsters Unleashed, it inspires a dread within me that I enjoy. But the first one is great also. I love the first one. It's so goofy and funny. Spooky Island. We need to get a Spooky Island. Excuse me if it already exists, but we need to get a Spooky Island. Because that just seems fun to me. Maybe not in the middle of the ocean, that's less fun, but we need that. Okay, my next, The Dark Knight Rises. I'm not gonna hold you. I don't know why I have this. I think my sister wanted this movie, so my mom bought it, and then my sister did not ever take it with her when she moved, so I have it. Do I like this movie? Yes. Would I have bought it on my own? Probably not. But it is a good movie. Heath Ledger, the actor that you were. Movie. I do like Christian Bale's Batman more than I like Ben Affleck's Batman, but like I could not tell you why. I really couldn't. What DVD? Oh, you know a DVD that I want? Hocus Pocus. I thought that I had bought it, but I haven't. I don't have it. I love Hocus Pocus. That is a movie. I love Halloween. I love spooky shit. I love Hocus Pocus. I haven't seen the second one, even though my lady is in that one. I just haven't had the urge. Will I watch it one day? Perhaps. But as of right now, I haven't seen it. But the first one, classic. It really bugs me out. That's not no one says that. It really bugs me that Hocus Pocus is older than me by 2 whole fucking years. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. But that movie has never, like, I've never put on Hocus Pocus and been like, oh, I don't really feel like watching that. That is a great movie. Thora Birch. God. Also Bette Midler, obviously. So yeah, that's on the list. I gotta get that. Next movie. Do I want to show this one? Let me, here. Okay. Yeah, Dark Shadows. Everybody hated this movie when it came out. I went to see this movie for her. Because I have been obsessed with this lady since the 7th grade, I think. Everybody hated this movie because they didn't watch the TV show, so they didn't understand the style of the movie. Or maybe they did and they hated it anyway, which is fine. I like it. It is corny and ridiculous and a little bit stupid. But I like the weird colors, like the way that things are saturated. However, I don't like the love story. I think it's dumb and boring, but I thought it was dumb and boring in the TV show also. And also Julia, Helena Bonham Carter's character, has a much better arc in the TV show. But that TV show is from like the 60s. No one is watching that. But yeah, great film. In my opinion! A DVD that I also want. Don't get mad at me, but if you know me, you know that my favorite musical of all time is Sweeney Todd. And I was introduced to it from the movie starring that horrible, horrible man, unfortunately. But I think I'm gonna try to thrift it. I feel like that is an easy thrift. I have the vinyl of the movie soundtrack. I have both the original soundtrack and the movie soundtrack downloaded because I like them both, except the musical soundtrack has more songs, duh. And the fucking Mea Culpa song that the judge sings, horrifying. Oh my God. That song is horrifying. I remember when I first started listening to it in high school and I said, and I know that's the point, but I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear that. Oh, I don't. Yeah, so I want the DVD of Sweeney Todd. Sorry, I'm sorry. But yeah, I just love that movie. I haven't watched it since the whole, you know what? Justice for Amber Heard. Anyway. Oh, and congrats to her for her second child. By the way. Okay. Next film. Sorry. Devil Wears Prada. Listen, this is a no-brainer. This is a no-brainer. I got this DVD very shortly after the movie came out in 2006. There was a time I watched, there was a point in high school where I watched this movie 8 times in a week, which now doesn't seem like that much. But back then I was like, I think there's something wrong with me. And I would always like, I don't watch all the way to the end most of the time. I do now, but for a while I was like, I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that. Because the ending is, the very end is great because Miranda's little smirk, delish. Yeah, I love this movie. I love this movie. Me not going over what these movies are about is so funny. I just am like, if you want to know, you can look it up, I guess. Okay, whatever. Dark Shadows is about this vampire who is reawakened. He's from like 18, whatever the hell. And he's reawakened in the 70s or whatever. And his family has like basically fallen into disrepair. And he falls in love with the babysitter, but also the witch who cursed him with vampirism is also still there and tries to get rid of him. Fuck you, Eva Green. Anyway, The Devil Wears Prada is about a college graduate named Andy. She went to the same school that I went to for grad school, fun fact. Who wants to be a journalist, but the only job she gets is at a fashion magazine called Runway. She becomes the second personal assistant to Miranda Priestley, played by Miss Girl, Meryl Streep. And it's about the trials and tribulations of that, but more importantly, it's about lesbianism. So, yeah. The corresponding DVD that I would like, and this should come as no surprise. Hold on! The corresponding DVD that I want is Ocean's 8. I don't think I need to elaborate on that. Elaborate on that. Nineball and Tammy, Rose and Daphne. If you know, you know. And no, I didn't give a fuck about Debbie and Lou, and I never will. I mean, I like them. I like those characters. Let me not lie. I do like those characters. I just didn't like the fandom. They were awful. Next movie. Comedy movie of all time. Actually. If you haven't seen this movie, you need to watch it. Like, expeditiously. It is so funny. It's basically about these two friends on a Friday. So many people quote Bye Felicia and they have no idea that it's from this movie or the context. Phenomenal film. So basically at the beginning of the movie, Craig gets fired on his day off for stealing. I don't actually know if he actually stole anything, because he says that he didn't, but he really didn't like try to fight it that bad. So I'm like, I don't care if he did steal, but I don't know. Anyway, and then his friend Smokey comes over, and it's basically them throughout the day of Fry. And the trials and tribulations. There is a drive-by. It was provoked. Do I think they should have gotten shot at? They don't actually get shot at. No, because I don't think it's that serious, but I also don't sell weed as a job. So what the fuck do I know? Yeah, this is such a great film. And I know I said it's the comedy movie of all time, and then I also said that there's a drive-by shooting. That's also funny. Sorry. It's also funny. It is. I don't know what to tell you. There are other movies in this franchise. I really only like the second one. But the other ones are also fine. But this is the best one, in my opinion. And I'm pretty positive it's because Chris Tucker is in it. Mike Epps is fine. I like him. But he's no Chris Tucker. Corresponding DVD that I would like. I want to say Rush Hour, but I fear that I have that. Okay. I don't have that. Let's do that. Rush Hour. I love Rush Hour. It is extremely problematic in several ways, but it's also such a good fucking funny movie. I don't know. I love that movie. I love the second one also. The third one's fine. It's not that great, but I like it. Also, anytime Fantasy by Mariah Carey comes on, I must sing along. I have to. It's legally required. Rush Hour is about, I haven't seen it in a while, sirens. This federal agent who, I think he's a federal agent. Maybe he's secret. I don't know. He's a law enforcement of some sort. He might just be LAPD, to be honest. Anyway, he gets assigned a law enforcement officer from China, which is Jackie Chan's character, and they have to work together to get back a kidnapping victim. And it's about the trials and tribulations of that, and it's really funny. And also wildly offensive. So if you're sensitive about that, don't. Jackie Chan says the N-word in that movie. I mean, I can say it because I'm a nigga, but... And there are also not very good Asian racial stereotypes. It goes both ways. I'm not gonna lie. It's not. So, tread lightly. Tread lightly. The last DVD that I'm gonna talk about in this video. I have so much to say about this movie. If you want to hear me talk about any of these movies in depth, I absolutely will. Except for maybe The Dark Knight, because I don't have that much to say about that one. This movie I could talk about for hours, I think. Ghostbusters 2016, if you know, you know. If you know, you know. Okay, so I was not interested in this movie when it came out. Not for any reasons other than I was afraid of Ghostbusters, the original, growing up. So I just was scared. So I wasn't gonna, boo, tomato, tomato, I don't wanna watch that. And then one day, I was on Tumblr. I don't even know what I was on there for, but I kept seeing, why am I making a triangle when I'm supposed to be making a square? I'm so used to making freaking bandanas, Boo. I have not made a single square in this video. I am sorry, guys. I am sorry. I was supposed to be crocheting during this. I was on Tumblr looking in some tag. I don't remember the tag I was looking in, but I saw GIFs and video clips of Kate McKinnon and Leslie Jones doing interviews, and they looked like they were together. So I was intrigued. I don't know if you've seen their specific press from that movie. They looked like they were a couple. And I think that I knew that Kate McKinnon was a lesbian. No, I didn't. I did not. It was 2016. I definitely didn't. Anyway, it intrigued me. I went to see the movie 3 times. I saw it once with my mom and twice by myself. I love this movie. Again, the fandom, horrible. Let me tell you about the plot of this movie. Basically, Melissa McCarthy looks delicious in this movie. Oh my God, she looks gorgeous in that movie. She looks gorgeous anyway, but specifically in this movie, her like, the outfit and the hair, woo! She looked good as fuck. Anyway, she is kind of a paranormal investigator. She's like a physicist, and her name is Abby, and Erin Gilbert, played by Weston Krigg, she works at Columbia doing real science. She used to do what Abby does, and then I don't want to say sold out because that's a crazy fucking thing to say, but she wanted to do traditional academia, so that's what she did. Anyway, somehow Abby found Kate McKinnon's character. Her name is Jillian Holtzman. Everybody just calls her Holtzman. She is a freak, and I love her. They are investigating ghost stuff, and they have all these gadgets and gizmos. And Abby, somehow Erin gets roped in, even though she's like, oh, I don't want to be doing this. And they end up going, okay, fun fact, they filmed very close to where I was living at the time in Boston. They filmed on my campus, because I was in undergrad, at the castle. Like, the exterior of it it's called the castle. It's literally, it was on my street, actually. But the interior was definitely not that. And they go into this, like, old museum thing, haunted. They find some ghosts, and then Erin's like, oh my God, there are ghosts. And the way that Leslie Jones's character Patty gets roped into it is that she works for the MTA. She goes and investigates something weird on the train tracks, and she finds this weird freak man putting devices on the train tracks, and she's like, what the fuck? So she calls the Ghostbusters. They're not the Ghostbusters yet, but basically she calls them. And they come to investigate the device. And Holtzman's like, what is it? And Patty goes, baby, if I knew what it was, I wouldn't have called you guys. And it's so, they should have kissed. Everybody was shipping fucking Holtzman and Erin because they're the only 2 skinny white women in the cast. They did not have any chemistry, and you guys suck. The characters that needed to get together, oh my God, were Abby and Erin. You guys, they were, yeah. And then Holtzman and Patty. Holtzman wanted her bad. She wanted her so bad. That's not the point of the film. I just like gay stuff. Anyway, the film is fun. There's a villain. He gets defeated. There are ghosts. They get zapped. Sigourney Weaver comes. Ernie Hudson comes. All of the original Ghostbusters people. Annie Potter is also there. I think that's her name. Ghostbusters, what do you want? Yeah. Also, Chris Hemsworth is their secretary in it, and I love him in that movie. He's a fucking dumbass, and it's great. My corresponding film, probably Probably Bridesmaids. I love that movie. I haven't seen it in several years, but that is a great movie. And I do need it on DVD so that I can watch it more. I do think of it often. I just like am never called to watch it, but I think I would like to have that on DVD. Everybody knows the movie Bridesmaids. It was a smash hit. So I'm not gonna tell you the plot of that because that would be ridiculous. But yeah, that's the video. This is as much as I crocheted. I do apologize. I just wanted to talk about movies. Sorry, I hope you forgive me. But yeah, I would love it if you even got this far. Oh my God. Like, subscribe, comment what DVDs you have that you like or what DVDs you would like to have. Also comment if you're a crocheter or a knitter. Tell me what project you're working on. You can follow me on Instagram, TikTok, Letterboxd. I'll have my website linked down below also. And I have 2 other videos that I've uploaded semi-recently that you can also watch if you are so inclined. I think my next video will be me making one of these. I think I'm gonna work on a pattern because people have been asking for this pattern for like 2 years. So stay tuned for that. It'll be that or my Agatha stuff. I don't know. We'll see. I think it will be the corset though. So yeah. Anyway, that's all. Thank you for watching.